Thank you very much. Um, thank you for that. So, ideas. So remember, if you want to check this, let me say it straight. It, any transformations that preserve the shape and the size of a figure are called isometries. And we are looking for the first isometry, which is translation, which is only moving the thing without flipping it or turning it. Please close your microphone. If you have any question, please write first in the chat.
Teacher,
Yes,
I have a question.
yes,
Why three for the right and four for the down?
because I want it, because it can be, bueno, no, dejemos esa, but it can be another one. It can be two left and one up. That's because I decided. Yes.
Is my option?
For example, if I ask you to do this, well, you have to do that. But if I ask you to do any translation, well, you can decide. Mm? Because I can
Okay.
make this translation, which is some units to the right, some units up, or I
Uh,
can make this translation, which is only down, or the translation, which is left and up. There are
okay.
many translations. There are infinite possibilities for translations. So this is only one. This is another one. So let's do the first one. So in paper, you have to do it point by point. So we are going to draw points. Let's start with this one. You start counting from here. Imagine that this point is the zero. So you start zero. One, two, three to the right. And now we have to move four down. So zero again, one, two, three, four down. This is the result. And I am going to change the name. The name is going to be, ya les respondo la pregunta, B with a little comma that you say B prime to represent that this is the image or the result from the B. Let me check the chat. I know it's not. Dios. Okay, that's it. Now, we have to do exactly the same. Ay, Dios mío. We have to do exactly the same with all of the points. Let me do it with this one. Three right, one, two, three, and four down. One, two, three, four. Yes. And the last one. Three right, zero, one, two, three, and four down. Zero, one, two, three, four. Here. And if, sorry, let me change the names. That is A prime. This is C prime. And if you join them, I'm going to use this tool. Ay, Dios mío. What happened? Ya sé qué pasó. Like this. Here, 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 and here. If you join them, ay, Dios mío. Okay, and if you overlap it, you can see that this, ay, no, yo me equivoqué. Me debí equivocar un poquitico. Claro, es que este lo puse muy hacia allá. Ahora sí. Yes, now, if you move it, this is the result and this is the image. Sorry, ay, Dios. This is the original and this is the image. And if you overlap it, you can see that they are exactly the same. De pronto me equivoqué un poquitico, miren ese punto here. But those mistakes happen. So here is the result of that. And if you want it like this one, two left and one up, let me do it. Imagine it's this one, two left, one, two, and one up. One. This is the result of the other one. But of course, in paper, you have to do it point by point. Like here, like here. This is another way of representing that. This arrow represents the translation that we want to make. In this direction, this amount. That can be also said in some units to the right or left and some units down or up. But here, this is more beautiful. So if I move this slider, you see that a copy is created that is exactly equal. And when it finishes, this is the result. I cannot modify the result. I cannot modify the image. I cannot modify the image, but I can modify the original and the image is going to do exactly the same because remember, isometries preserve the shape and the size. So this one is going to always be exactly like the original. Well, is there any questions about translations? Chicos, veo que ustedes están más pendientes del chat que de otra cosa. Permítanme grabar todo el chat. Gracias, chicos. Ah, bueno. No questions about it, right? So let's continue with the next isometry, which is called a reflection. And now I am going to use it from the presentation. So a reflection is an isometry that flips. Remember, flips in Spanish means voltear the figure using a symmetry axis. Yes. What is the symmetry axis? The symmetry axis is this line that acts as a mirror. Remember from last year, a mirror. So there is also a one special thing of the symmetry axis, and it is that the symmetry axis is also the bisector. Remember, bisector of the segments formed when you join this. So what does all of that mean? So here in the presentation, we have an example of reflection. Here we have a figure, yes, whatever. Sorry, let me organize it properly, like it was. And here we have the symmetry axis that I can move wherever I want. Otra vez Sara, ¿será? Dios mío. Eh, ¿Será que tiene problemas de internet? Sí, efectivamente. Ay, ok. So, I can move it. Let me move it here. Perfect. So, what happens if I move this slider? Look, it starts flipping and flipping and flipping and flipping. It's going over the mirror, symmetry axis, it's the technical name. And when I finish, look, it's exactly the same figure, but it is flipped, está volteada. And what is the thing that happens? Sorry, let me show the grid. What is the thing that said here? Look, no, aquí. The symmetry axis is also the bisector of the segments formed when you join every point with its image. So here it means that if I join this, look, if I join this D and its image, which is D prime, the distance that is going to be here is divided by the half by the mirror. So this is exactly the same than that. But not also that, that the angle that forms, ay Dios, the angle that forms uh, with this segment and the symmetry axis is always 90 degrees. What happens if I move it, if I change it? The angle is always going to be 90 degrees. Yes, 90. and the distance is going to be always the same. Look, here the distance is 2, so in the other side, it's also going to be 2. And that will happen with all of the points, but I am not going to represent it in all because it's going to be a mess. What happens if I move the symmetry axis? Look, the angle is still 90 degrees and the distance is still the same. Even, kids, even if I change the place. You see, it's still 90 degrees, so it's always perpendicular, and this distance is always gonna be the same. Yes, so that is a reflection. How do you do it in paper? Because that's what you will have to do in Alex also. Where is that? It's here. So let me take one of these figures, the original, and let me put a symmetry axis. Aquí, déjenme ponerlo bien, put it properly, and let me draw a symmetry axis. Of course, you can do it in any way that you want, but I am going to be using the grid, so it's better. So the way to do it is simple. You count, sorry, escape. Let me erase this one because I will not be able uh, to name the points properly. So right now, okay, you have to count how many units, or how many squares are from every point to the mirror, to the symmetry axis. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes? So you have to count the same amount in the other direction, starting from here. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this one is going to be B prime. I am going to finish this explanation and then I'll check the chat because I know that you wrote. This one, the C, 0, 1, 2. So 2 in the other direction. 0, 1, 2. And, ay Dios. Ay Dios. This one is C prime. And A, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 in the other direction. Ay Dios mío. 12 in the other direction. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And this is going to be esto. C prime. This one is A prime. So if I join it, you can see that it is exactly the same figure, but flipped, right? It's flipped. Now, here, if I move it, it's not, nothing is gonna happen because it is not connected. This construction is really well done with more tools, so it is connected, as you can see, and you can do it here, but I just was explaining the way of doing it if you were doing it in paper. So let me check the chat. Sarita, this hour finishes at 3 and 15. And after that, you will have to do some activities on Alex, but I'm pretty sure that we are going to be able to finish on time today. Because, Angie dice que no la deja entrar. Pues, ¿dónde está? Yes, Acevedo.
Teacher, for which day is the plazo, por decirlo así?
No, that activity, as it is not a grade, no, it's not that. You will be able to do it until the Friday. So Friday is tomorrow, I think. And that's it. Yes, that's it. No problem. That is a practice. And remember, the 14 and 15 points are wrong. So do it properly, but don't worry because it is going to grade you wrong. No problem. Ya le reporté a Alex, a Carlos, perdón, y veo que me respondió. Permítanme ver qué me respondió. Ah, me respondió una nota de voz. Después les comento qué me dice. So, um, okay, let me continue with rotation, which is the final isometry. Where is it? Here. A rotation is an isometry that spins. Remember, spin or turn is girar. Yes, it rotates. And it means that it moves the polygon around, alrededor, a fixed center with a determined amplitude. So, okay, let me to take this one. I have a question, Sara Lopez. What happened? A rotation here. So for rotation, we need three things. We need to have the figure, which is this one that I can modify however I want. Yes, but let me leave it like the original. And we need other two things. We need a point, which is going to be our center of rotation, and the point can be in any place. It can be here outside the figure, it can be inside the figure, or it can be actually one of the vertices of the figure, and no problem. That is going to work. And the third thing that we need is an angle. So this slider is representing the amplitude of an angle that I can change. So let me explain you what is going to happen before I start uh, creating the measures of this angle. So what happens is that every single point is going to be connected to this center of rotation. And as long as I am sliding this, there is going to be a created a copy of the point uh, that moves in the other side of an angle of this amplitude. So I think that you better see it because that was a little bit confusing. So let me show you. You see, a copy was created, and as long as the angle starts increasing, the figure, the result image is starting rotating more and more and more and more around that single point. Yes, you can see. And for example, if we change the point, look what happens. It was here in 0, and it rotates because now the center of rotation is in another place and it's closer to the figure. So the rotation is a little bit different, but the principle is the same. Yes, look what happens here. You see? So let me show you what happens in a better way. Let me increase a little bit the angle. So what is happening is that, for example, let me connect the angle B, the point B, sorry, the point P, and the point B prime. So look, the angle is 30 degrees because this is the vertex and we rotated it this point 30 degrees. But we did it with all of the points. Let me confirm it with other. Ay, Dios mío. Era 30, ¿no? Habíamos puesto 30, 25, 30. This is really difficult, kids. Yes. Now, let me do it with another point. Maybe E. You see? 30 degrees. Or maybe D. ¿Ves? Otros 30 grados. So, that is what is happening. Now, let me...
Teacher,
yes?
in paper we have to put the point.
Yes, in paper it's really complex. Do you remember that last year I tried to teach you and that was a complete failure? So,
Yes.
Don't worry, I will teach you, but in another day with more calm, maybe a complete class of rotation, because that is a little bit complex. Don't worry, in Alex, it's really easy to do it because you only have to move something, no, not a slider, but something, and the complete figure is going to rotate the amount that you want. So don't worry. Okay, let me put it again in 0. Ay Dios. Ay Dios. So what happens if the rotation center is one of the vertices of the figure? Well, uy, otra vez Sarita López. Sara, veo que estás teniendo problemas de conexión. No te preocupes porque estamos grabando la sesión. Desafortunadamente se me olvidó al principio grabarla y pues duramos como 5 o 7 minutos sin grabación, pero no recuerdo quién me recordó. Muchas gracias y pues todo el resto está grabado para que cuando les llegue el link lo puedan ver porque veo que tienes problemas de conexión. Así que no te preocupes. Okay, okay. So, yes. Let me show you what happens if the rotation center is one of the vertices of the figure. You see, they are connected. It's like I don't know how to say un chinche, but imagine that you put un chinche here and you start spinning the figure. That is what happens. And the same, 0, 0, no importa. And the same happens, ay Dios, if I put the point, the center of rotation inside the figure. They are overlapped. One region is overlapped, but anyway, it rotates. So kids, do you have any questions about this? Don't worry, other day I will teach you how to do it in paper properly. No, Majo, thank you. No, Acevedo, thanks. Thank you. So let me activate the activity of Alex for you because it is not activated already. Assignments. And now that you don't have any questions,
No, teacher.
hello. What, Prada? Tell me your question.
Teacher, I don't understand. We do the activity in Alex? Yes?
Yes, you do it. And don't worry because the points 14 and 15, Alex is going to tell you they are wrong even if you do it properly. But I already reported that to Carlos, and other day I will tell you what he's told me, and hopefully that problem is fixed. But for now, it's going to do it to tell you it's wrong. But don't worry, do it and do it properly. Because next class, I am going to select random people and to check the answers of those points specifically. So they have to be
Okay.
correct, even if Alex tells you it's wrong. Okay?
Okay, thank you, teacher.
If you have any question, write me through Fidias.
Okay.
So let me duplicate it. Del B creo que ya la hice en el B. Yes. Yes, that's it. Now you can do it, kids. So any question, I am going to be answering by Fidias. And that's it. Thanks, kids. Thank you very much. So we we will see in another occasion each other. Thank you very much. Please get out of this so I can close this and start uploading the video to YouTube.
Bye, teacher.
Bye bye.
Bye, teacher.
Hasta la
Bye,
próxima.
teacher.
Thanks. Thank you.
Bye, teacher.
Bye bye. Please get out as soon as possible so I don't have to kick you out of this. What happens, Mesa? What, Mesa?
Bye, teacher.
Hello, do you need something? No? Jacobo, I am going to kick you out. Sorry about that.
Ok, chao.
Bye bye. Ay, eso no lo tuve que...